You're in the rant wormhole where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by becoming one of those. This one is for Duncan Austin, who says rant about commentary channels, which I assume he's referring to stuff like H3H3 and, you know, any of those channels that are like commenting on someone else's content, which they're interesting. I generally like this type of content. Like, obviously it's not that different from what I do. Like, I would describe myself as basically a commentary channel. I just about, you know, art that is off of YouTube. I've thought about doing like a show reviewing YouTube videos for a long time. And you know, not in the same way that they do it, where it's more like comical, but like sincerely reviewing the quality of videos. And, you know, and not necessarily just like really shitty ones. But yeah, I mean, I have no problem with the idea of like commenting on other people's content, but I do think that there is this incredible self-righteousness that a lot of them have, where they're going out of their way to like chase people who they think are doing something wrong, and the result of this is sort of really overblown backlash, you know, like, I think that while there are some people on YouTube who have sincerely done some pretty fucked up shit, it's like, if you call somebody out with a big enough platform, you are raining hell on them, you know, and like, I don't think everybody necessarily deserves that, even if they have done something wrong. It's like, you know, the punishment should fit the crime. It's a cruel and unusual punishment to sick the entire internet on somebody because of something they did, unless it was really heinous. But even then, you know, leave it up to the law at some point. Like, just draw, you know, you don't have to draw the whole world's attention to something to tell the police that somebody is committing a crime and putting it on YouTube, you know. So, I don't know, I don't really care for the moral policing aspect of it, but at the same time, you know, I appreciate getting information out there that people might want to know, you know, something like a content cop, like talking about the practices that these channels are doing that maybe the audience deserves to be aware of, you know, that kind of stuff. From a consumer advocacy standpoint, I appreciate. I just think that it too often leads to, let's send legions of people to fuck with this guy, and you know, I'm not necessarily a fan of that aspect of it. Like, if I were to, you know, throw my hat into this ring of reviewing YouTube videos, I would do it. It would very clearly not be about attacking anybody. It would just be about reviewing content. You know, just saying whether the videos are good or bad, whether or not they deserve to be viewed. You know, so more along the lines of who are these podcasts, which I think is a great show that kind of, you know, that does that. They just review podcasts, and there's nothing personal about it. They're not trying to attack anybody. Some of the people who they've, you know, ripped on their shows have then come on the show and been friendly about it, and I think that's always cool, you know. So I guess generally I don't really have any problem with commentary channels. I just hate when things get out of control. I don't like to see when the audience takes it upon themselves to use the fact that someone has been exposed for not being absolutely perfect as an excuse to treat them like shit, you know? And I mean, obviously this has happened to me too. Like, there's lots of people have made commentary videos about me that are highly inflammatory and that have caused issues for me, especially when a lot of them are full of fucking bullshit, you know? And I hope that people can recognize the difference between, you know, a commentary channel that really goes out of its way to be fair and to not just try to attack people for the sake of it, and one that is just trying to write hit pieces about people for attention, which is absolutely fucking repulsive, repugnant even. You know, like Turkey Tom or Tommy C. What's with the Toms, man? Like, these kind of people who, you know, are just attacking people because that gets them views, and, you know, there's no, like, sincerity behind it. It's just like, I'm gonna rile up a bunch of people to attack a guy because it's good for business, you know? Which, I mean, in my case, I know how to spin that kind of thing to make it beneficial to me in the long run, so I can't even say I completely, like, I hate those people individually, but, like, the system in place, well, I still hate it. I hate that this is what we're profiting off of, but, you know, I can twist things to make it work for me. So, it's a risky business, a seedy business. I'll call it seedy, But I'm kind of a seedy guy, so that's all right.